Good morning, students. Our session of Financial Management 3. Now, in the previous session, we started our new unit, that is unit number 2, and chapter number 1, that is Sources of Finance. Now, in that previous session, we have discussed about the introduction part, that why there is a requirement of finance and how the organization is going to fulfill their different requirement with the different means, with the different sources. In the previous session, we already discussed about the different sources which are available to the business unit and how organization is choosing the different sources to satisfy their financial requirement. Now in today's session, we are going to discuss the equity shares. As we all know that equities are our external source. When the organization requires the huge capital and that requirement is not going to be fulfilled with the internal sources of finance, at that time organization is going to invite the general public, and the invitation is like that: please invest in our organization and you will become the owner for the same. So on the basis of that advertisement, on the basis of that formal invitation, organization is capable to raise the maximum fund, and that is for the longest period of time. A company can obtain ownership capital by the issue of equity shares. When the risk involved in the business is more and a steady income of the company is not possible, the company issues equity shares. Yes, this is the main reason that why organization issue equity shares. When the business is risky, sometimes organization is not able to control the overall risk. So at that time the business will become risky, and when the organization is not able to generate the steady income of the business unit, yes, company is earning much, but that is not sure and that is not confirmed that how much income that organization is going to earn each and every year. So when the income is not steady, when the risk perception is high, so at that time organization is going to select equity shares as the best option to raising their finance. Every company with share capital has to issue equities. Yes, it is mandatory for each and every organization, that is to raise equity when they go to the public. When the first time organization want to raise their finance in the general public, means when they are going to select the external source for raising their finance, then out of these 4 options, that is equity, preference, debentures and bonds, it is mandatory for organization that is to select equity as the first option for raising their finance. Since a company cannot refund capital of equity shares in its lifetime, equity shareholders are seen to be the real owner of the company. Yes, we all know that organization is not going to return the share capital of equity to the equity shareholders. So, the equity shareholders is known as the real owner of the organization, because the equity shareholders provides the capital to the organization without any expectation. Yes, there is the as we all know that the capital is totally non-refundable, and the organization is not paying dividend, or there is a no promise of paying regular dividend to equity shareholders. If the company earns handsome profit, and if company want to declare dividend, then and then equity shareholder gets the benefit of dividend. But apart from it, there is a no compulsion from the organization side that they are compulsory paying the dividend to equity shareholders. If company wishes to pay, then they are going to declare the dividend. But no one can blame the organization that is to pay timely dividend to their shareholders. And it is known as the basic source of the finance, as the process is very lengthy. Yes, raising the finance through equity capital is very lengthy, and again the cost involved in equity share capital is quite huge as compared to the other sources, but the benefit arised in this particular source is very high as compared to other sources. So organization is choosing the equity shares for the best source to raising their finance. As the capital is refunded only if the company is dissolved. When the company goes in the liquidations or they voluntarily wind up their business, at that time organization is returning the capital to their shareholders. Otherwise, they are not going to return the capital to equity shareholders. So, for these reasons, the shareholders are known as the real owner of the organization. Now, we'll discuss about the characteristic of equity shares. The first one, that is maturity of shares. As the nature of equity share is permanent, so there is no question of maturity period, as there is no liability in real sense. We already discussed that the capital can be repaid to shareholders only in the case of liquidation of the company. Otherwise, the organization is not going to return the capital to their shareholders. The second one, that is no liability. As from the point of view of equity shareholders, they have no liability if the shares are fully paid up. Yes, make sure if the shares are fully paid up, then there will be no liability from the part of equity shareholders. And they gets the dividend if the company is having surplus profit after the distribution of dividend to preference shareholders. If the organization has handsome profit, and then equity shareholders get the maximum benefit of the dividend, but it is totally based upon the decision of organization, and through that the equity shareholders will get the maximum benefits. Then after third point, that is right shares. Yes, equity shareholders get the benefit of right shares. Now, when the organization is issuing additional shares of the company, so it is a duty of organization that is to first introduce that additional shares to their existing shareholders, and that existing equity shareholders get the first benefit of purchase of that right shares. Then after fourth one, dividend. As far as the equity shares are concerned, basically the shareholders have the right to get income left after paying the fixed rate of dividend to preference shareholders. Now the earning of the income available to the shareholders is equal to the profit after tax and after the payment of preference dividend. After paying tax and after paying the dividend to the preference shareholders, the equity shareholders claims the organization that is to pay equity dividend. Then after fifth point, that is residual claims on assets. If the company goes into the liquidation, the ordinary or equity shares holders have the right to get their claims on assets. These rights are only available to equity shareholders as they are the real owner of the company. So they get the benefit of, or they are able to claim on assets that organization is having, but the rights is available only at the time of liquidation. Then after voting rights, yes, this is the main benefit that equity shareholders gets by purchasing equity shares. That is, they have the voting rights. They are able to vote in annual general meeting, and they are able to raise their voice at the time of crucial decision of the organization. And it is a duty of organization, that is, they are going to hear their equity shareholders, and on the basis of their voting rights, the organization is going to take the different steps. And last one, that is controlling rights. Now, the equity shareholders have power to control the management of the company, as they have the maximum voting right. So on the basis of their power, on the basis of their rights, they are able to control the management of the organization. If the organization is not doing well, if the management is not proper, then they have a right to raise their voice and to put their voice in a proper manner, so that management is going to take necessary action as far as their voting rights are concerned. Then after next point, that is advantages of equity share capital. The first one, that is the structure of capital becomes stronger with the base of equity shares. Then after, like the debt, the burden of specific interest is not created, so that for obtaining finance in future, the capacity remain constant. Third one, the assets become without burden. fourth one, through ordinary shares, capital is available on permanent basis because in the general condition it is not required to be returned. And the last one, the management can be handled single-handedly only. So these are the basic advantages. So no further explanation is required. I think it is clear to each and everyone. Then after we'll discuss about the limitations. The first limitation is, with the rise in numbers of ordinary shares, there is decrease in the dividend and capital benefits. Yes, as we all know that. Second one, it being considered as risky capital, its market remains limited. As the equity shares are risky in the nature because there is no guarantee of dividend. So the investors who are risky in the nature, they are investing in the business unit itself, and the risky investors are very less as far as the Indian market is concerned. Then after, if excessive ordinary share capital is acquired, then excessive capitalization is created. Yes, when the ownership capital is excessively created, then the chances are that organization knowingly or unknowingly create the basic capitalization in the capital structure of the business unit, and somehow it is a dangerous situation or which gives the burden to the business unit. Then after, the comparative cost of acquiring equity share is quite huge as compared to the other sources. So the cost of capital is very much when the company is going to create the equities. So it is all about our equity shares. I hope you all are clear about the equity share capital. So here I am ending my session. And again I am requesting all of you, that is to prepare a proper note, that is a quick note of each and every unit and each and every chapter itself. So thank you so much.